Tonight's match is presented by Estrella Jalisco. Estrella Jalisco, reach for a star. Welcome to the pre-match show presented by Brian Bird's Home Selling Team. Score the best deal on a home with the Brian Bird's Home Selling Team. Visit brianbirds.com or call 915-751-1500.
It's been 3 weeks since the Locos played in El Paso, and tonight they're back as we take you behind the scenes, presented by GECU. Welcome to Southwest University Park. In just a few minutes, it's El Paso Locomotive FC versus Sacramento Republic FC. Thank you for joining us here in the Brian Bird's Home Selling Team pregame show. I'm Duke Keith, joined by analyst Heidi Mocha. And Heidi, back in the friendly confines for the first time in a while after a tough road trip.
Yes, it is really good to be back here. And the two-match road trip for El Paso, it wasn't necessarily bad, but they love playing here in this stadium in front of the home fans. And this time of year really can feel like a grind. A lot of the players are dealing with bumps and bruises, and they have to play through, playing through all those nicks. So having that extra boost of energy that can come from playing from the home crowd can really be a help.
Absolutely. It wasn't 7,000 plus on the road, but there were a few traveling fans for Locomotive as they went to San Antonio. Let's recap that road trip. First match in San Antonio, that was August 28th, a 2-1 loss, but only the second loss of the season for El Paso. Then the Locos traveled to Southern California where they played to a 2-2 draw, come from behind draw against Orange County SC.
So looking at the San Antonio match, a 2-1 loss on the road is obviously it's not the result El Paso was looking for, but San Antonio is a very good team. Locomotive had been in control of the series, but this matchup was also the third time they had played each other this year. So you start learning what the other team does well, and you do your best to take that away. It worked for them that night. But you also have to remember that in 20 matches, El Paso has only lost twice.
That's true. And we go west to Orange County SC. El Paso able to come away with points there, too.
And more late scoring for El Paso. It's inevitable. This time, again, from Leandro Carrillo in the 89th minute and on his birthday. He's embraced his role as a super sub, and he finds ways to help Locomotive come away with points. Not a bad guy to have come off the bench, and you still have a solid lead in the Mountain Division with games in hand.
Tonight, Locomotive playing in front of these fans, and they came to party as they look to make it 20 in a row unbeaten here at Southwest University Park. It's El Paso Locomotive FC versus Sacramento Republic FC. Headed your way next.
Thank you for watching the pre-match show presented by Brian Bird's Home Selling Team. Score the best deal on a home with the Brian Bird's Home Selling Team. Visit brianbirds.com or call 915-751-1500.
Locomotive FC has gone Adidas. Brand new official Locomotive gear in the 3 stripes is available, including the 2021 jerseys and new styles for men, women, and children. With unique colors and styles, there's something for everyone. Shop online at locomotiveteamshop.com or visit our team shop located at the stadium. Nitro Circus is back for 2021 with the action-packed You Got This tour coming to El Paso Saturday, October 23rd. Top athletes in FMX, skate, BMX, scooter, and more. Are you ready to get this party started? Throwing down huge world's firsts off the biggest ramps in action sports with more crazy contraptions, more insane stunts, more high adrenaline fun than ever before. El Paso, get ready to put your hands in the air. We're coming to Southwest University Park this October 23rd. Get your tickets now at nitrocircus.com.
Southwest Chiropractic, serving El Paso area and relieving pain for more than 20 years. Not only do we treat auto, sports, and work-related injuries, but we also treat scoliosis, sciatica, back pain, disc injuries, chronic pain treatment, and we even manage stress. At Southwest Chiropractic, our patients are seen the same day. We provide gentle and effective care, and we accept most insurances. Schedule your appointment today and let us relieve your pain. With 3 convenient locations in El Paso, Southwest Chiropractic. Your health is our well-being. Call us today, 915-581-9619.
Locomotive FC offers a wide variety of exclusive experiences, including private party spaces, individual suites, and hospitality areas. Give us a call at 915-235-GOAL for more information and to book your next event. Welcome back to Southwest University Park. The firework haze is dissipating as we take a look at tonight's starting lineups. Duke Keith along with Heidi Mocha. El Paso Locomotive FC lining up in that 4-4-2 diamond. Sebastian Velasquez kind of at the tip of the spear, and of course Dylan Maris and Gomez up front. Very dangerous duo. Brian Rebellon getting a starting nod as well as Sacramento Republic coming in tonight to face Locomotive FC. What are your thoughts about the starters, Heidi?
Well, it's always nice to be able to see Maris, Velasquez, Luna, and Gomez all back in there to see what kind of attack they can bring tonight.
As we take a look at Sacramento Republic's starting lineup, I think notable for Locomotive fans, no Jerome Kiesewetter, as he does not make the 18-man roster. Of course, Locomotive's all-time leading scorer up to this season when Aaron Gomez supplanted him. But Cameron Iwasa, very dangerous up front, a longtime servant of Sacramento Republic.
Yeah, he got them started on the board at the last match, creating that first goal for them to get that comeback win in Las Vegas. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Emil Cuello in the lineup as well for Sacramento Republic, on loan from San Antonio. They did a swap for Mitch Tainter. As we are underway at Southwest University Park, can Locomotive find its way back to a win in front of the friendly confines, the friendly home crowd here in El Paso?
And as we mentioned amongst ourselves earlier, if we notice, El Paso is actually coming towards the eighth notch end for this first half. So hopefully they can put on a nice show and get some goals.
Smoke pots are going, and eighth notch is pretty fired up on a fireworks night in El Paso. Richie Ryan moving it around to Mishak Jerome. Diego Luna back in the starting lineup tonight.
And I think I saw that he had a birthday too. So instead of 17-year-old Diego Luna, we now have 18-year-old.
Indeed.
Young adult Diego Luna.
Luna, of course, lighting things up. One of the leading scorers for this Locomotive team. Ball played over the top, and that's knotted out easily by Kibanguchi. Sacramento. Pressure from Locomotive. Almost bounces nicely for Aaron Gomez. Iwasa ready to give it a ride, but so is Yuma. Back to Logan Ketterer. And speaking of the keeper, I know one of Mark Lowry's big things tonight is trying to get Locomotive's 9th clean sheet, tied for second in the league. Tampa Bay pacing the league now in clean sheets and goals allowed. Locomotive second in both efforts this evening. An early foul. Our referee tonight, Joshua Encarnacion, Christian Clerk, Chris Canales, the assistant referees, and Jordan Gray. As a foul is going to yield a free kick to Sacramento. Jordan Gray is your 4th official, and of course, this evening, they're wearing the black armbands. You might have noticed that on that tight shot. Pro referees will be wearing black armbands this weekend in Major League Soccer, the NWSL and USL matches, to honor the life of Merritt Guthrie. Guthrie joined pro in 2019, served in the organization's assessor panel. He was 67 at the time of his passing. Our thoughts are with Mr. Guthrie's family in their time of loss. Throw in deep here for Sacramento Republic. You see the giant American flag hoisted by the El Paso Fire Department. Seen some firefighters in the audience tonight. We appreciate all first responders and their efforts as we remember the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. Hazy evening in El Paso, Texas. It's a long throw in deep in the box and a foul as Maka King draws the contact from Kibunguchi. But clean sheets have to be the order of the day tonight, Heidi.
Absolutely. And that's what the Locomotive have been so good at, defending as a team and making it hard for the opponent to even get chances. The last few matches, they have been giving up Not a lot of goals, but just enough not to get those clean sheets.
So we take a look at the Casa Auto Group keys to the game tonight. What are your thoughts, Heidi?
So we'll start with that. Get back to the basics. Back to the basics. Get those clean sheets. Coach Lowry said earlier in the week the defense got the team to the top of the division, and they need to figure out a way to get another one of those clean sheets tonight. Then pressure the Sacramento Republic defenders. They do give up goals. They have 29 on the season they have given up so far. They did do a loan recently with an experienced defender, Mitchell Tainter. He went to San Antonio, so it's going to be harder to slow down El Paso's attack. And then we're back at home. Locomotive enjoys playing at home. So Duke, you said at the top of the show, it's been 3 weeks since we last saw the Locomotive play here. They're good at home and trying to make it 20 straight unbeaten here. But Sacramento does know how good El Paso is at home, and they're going to try and take the crowd out of it, such as even just starting opposite ends. But Locomotive has great fans, and this is arguably the toughest place to play in the USL Championship.
Yuma moving the ball around. Locomotive has been able to keep a hold other than that throw in deep in the Locomotive defensive third. It has been played quite a bit in the Sacramento half. We talked about those keys to the game, and certainly ball possession is going to be a big one. You want to keep the clean sheets and the pressure up both.
Yeah, that is Coach Lowry's kind of one of his fundamentals is possession for his team.
Well, certainly. You take a look at this Locomotive team, and on the road, allowing 2 goals in each of their 2 games played on that 2-game road swing. So, yeah, you want to staunch the bleeding a little bit defensively for Locomotive FC, though they were able to get a result and a point in their last match versus Orange County.
And
courtesy of Captain Clutch, Leandro Carrijo.
Exactly. And getting a point on the road in any match is a big deal for all the teams. And I think Sacramento is just below the playoff line in their division, so they're looking to get, earn any points they can get so that they can get above that and make the playoffs as well.
6, 7, and 8, 26 points, 5th place in the Pacific Division, just below. Everybody in a playoff spot with 30 points, and another turnover here. Diego Luna, Sebastian Velasquez. It'll result in a corner as he got that to deflect off of Kibunguchi. So the first Chick-fil-A corner of the night, Dylan Maris comes over to do the honors. Certainly set pieces have been pretty solid for Locomotive FC tonight, although there is no Lucho Solignac on the starting lineup. He is on the bench and in the 18. Service. The short header. Trying to get a snap to it, Aaron Gomez. It'll come to Yuma, who runs into Richie Ryan. Bounces fortuitously to Luna. Nice cross to the far post and a goal! Aaron Gomez in the 7th minute. A beautiful ball sailed in by the birthday boy from last week, Diego Luna.
Locomotive kept that alive. They gave themselves multiple chances on that opportunity, and I'll give Diego Luna a ball in the box like that any day and see is he gonna score it himself or create a chance. And Gomez with the head in all these opportunities, this one, instead of putting it back across the goal, just puts it in the back of the net.
And a beautiful touch, not a whole lot Rafa Diaz could do about it. Starting in net tonight, and the smoke pots go off in the 7th minute here in El Paso, Texas. Beautifully floated ball off the set piece. Aaron Gomez not going to miss a second bite at the apple there.
No, and you can see when the ball's coming across, he looks up, he can tell where the keeper is, and he puts it right over the keeper into the back of the net. What a play.
Luna's cross getting Diaz to move from his right to his left. Aaron just touches it back the other way. Beautifully worked. And Locomotive with an early lead and some early fireworks on fireworks night.
And this is where I'd like to see Locomotive not let their foot off the gas.
Hospitals of Providence goal scored by Aaron Gomez. Nice touch, just a little scoop to the other side, and Aaron ready to put it away. Gomez with his 5th of the season that ties him with Luna for second place honors behind Lucho Solignac. Yuma, the veteran Spaniard. And it's so interesting. I know that there was one match where he got to play in that number 6 role, which is where he traditionally has played. But how difficult is it if you're, 5'8" maybe, and you're a defensive midfielder to just play back in that back line and be a center back, which is usually a big man's job?
I think it's nice to have size in the back, but more important is someone who is a leader and can control the game and reads it well.
The cross touched away. Diaz controlled by Rebellon. Keepy-ups. Takes him to the corner. He's looking for the corner kick. It's going to be a throw. Well read by the official tonight.
And when you're not the tallest player, you just got to play big. I mean, that is what Yuma does in the back.
Locomotive keeping the pressure on again in the half. The attacking half for the home team. King. King playing with a pair of new boots, although the socks still have those holes in the calves. Seems to be a popular thing. He's gotten some of the other players to join in, hasn't he? Given his calves room to breathe. I know soccer players have pretty well developed, leg muscles, but that's just showing off.
I know.
Another interception by Luna. Played out of the back by Kibunguchi.
So Locomotive, like I said, I really want them to keep their foot on the pedal, work to get goals, because Sacramento has given up goals this year, and the more they can get, then it'll take the pressure off of the defense and hopefully help them keep that clean sheet.
Let's take a look at the Texas Tech health report. Sadly, Andrew Fox is back on it.
I know
injury.
He's been a nice addition, like you're saying, for the back line, because he has that size, and the Locomotive also used him as a nice target up front on set pieces. But at this point of the season, that's what we talked about earlier. There definitely are some bumps and bruises that sometimes you have players play through, because you're also still looking towards, the games next month that might matter as we get towards the playoff time.
Well, Aron Gomez, El Paso's all-time leading goal scorer, putting one into the 7th minute to give Locomotive a big start in front of the home fans. Maris, Luna, back to King. Locomotive patiently working it from side to side. It seems like Sacramento is pretty packed in, aren't they? Locomotive trying to stretch them out from wing to wing.
Sacramento is just trying to stay behind, but now that Locomotive is pulling it up, that's creating more space for Locomotive to play into.
Velasquez, nifty ball handling.
Yeah, and he's hard to get off the ball.
Right.
We've seen that several times this season.
I've never seen a player swallow up space the way he does. Luna just trying to keep the foot on the gas. Maris took a stumble as he stretched out for that one. And here is Dan Casey. Working it out of the back, Jordan McCrary on the ball now. Dispossessed. Great work by Aron Gomez, and that will be a foul called. And maybe a yellow card, indeed there is. That was dangerous, and that is a professional foul by McCrary. If he had let Aron Gomez loose, it could have been disaster. So the 14-minute mark sees our first caution of the night to Sacramento Republic's Jordan McCrary.
Yeah, as you mentioned, that's definitely Gomez had him beat, decided to give up the foul rather than an open chance.
McCrary out of Marietta, Georgia. Part of the Sounders FC organization. Defending MLS Cup champions. And here comes the free kick. Maris, Luna to Jerome. Has to be knocked away on the rebound. Turned aside. Aron can't get the brace. Solid work by Rafa Diaz, but spilled it right into the path for Aron Gomez. Mishak Jerome giving it a ride. Locomotive, you could tell that's been worked out in the training ground, hasn't it?
Yeah, Locomotive had a nice little series to kind of do that restart and not have it be as direct as we've seen in the past, and they ended up almost with a goal and multiple chances to get that goal. So I like that play, but just a little bit unlucky for Locomotive, and Sacramento broke it up.
Coming loose again, though. Step overs galore, Dylan Maris. Locomotive can't get it under control, but it's lifted out by Emil Cuello. Let's take a look at the replay. It's Mishak. The turn aside by Diaz. And away for the wide shot here as we come back to live action.
And yeah, Mishak's shot there, that was quite a strike. We've seen him with some booming service before. So it was a little crafty set piece that Locomotive had there.
Well, you always know when he's getting ready to take the shot where it's going to go. This time, Locomotive did a good job of concealing it and allowing the Haitian international to let fly. Over 70 caps for his native Haiti.
And he got it on frame,
He did.
which then, with the save happening, there was a rebound and another chance on goal. And I know I've talked about that. Get them on target.
Aron Gomez was there, but Diaz with the initial save. Enough for Sacramento Republic there. Still, though, trailing, trying to get something now to Iwasa. Trying to turn the corner, it'll be Kettering to gather. There's Iwasa getting the escort from Mishak Jerome. Mishak. The man from Liancourt, Haiti. Good bounce to move it out. Right up the middle for Locomotive, and now steered out to Luna. Interesting, Luna wide out on the right wing. Quite a bit in the early minutes of this one.
Oh yeah, I had already noticed that that Locomotive had him playing very close to the sideline.
Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select, the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products, and special offers, visit SelectSportAmerica.com. Well, regardless of who is where, Mark Lowry, you know, is always going to be patient with how he plays and how he wants his team to play. Conceding 2 goals in their last 2 road matches, or at least in the early going here tonight, putting it on the opposition. Unflappable for the conductor. That'll take a deflection, and we've got a foul called. Dylan Maris took a seat. Now third in the team in goals scored. Was tied with Aron Gomez, who now has his 5th. Or we should say 4th after the tie between Diego Luna and Aron Gomez. Tied for 3rd most, put it that way. Good switch by Jerome. A little too much for the teenager to run onto. United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com.
Sacramento, they look to play that long ball off the goal kick and knock it right out of bounds rather than trying to possess it. And the Ghana kind of lost his footing there with the loose turf.
Mishak back to Ketterer to Yuma. Richie Ryan, the veteran Irishman. Good turn here by Aaron Gomez. Is able to get service and onside. Morelli the cross to Luna. Just a little too far ahead, but Maris will run it down on the right side touchline. Good turn for Maris. And earns the corner kick that is put out over the byline by Kibunguchi. And another Chick-fil-A corner. So Locomotive really pressuring here in the opening 20-plus minutes.
Yeah, the Sacramento defender did a good job of just meeting it before Diego, and but the Locomotive keeps it alive and earns this corner kick. So let's see if they can keep it alive again.
Set piece yielded Locomotive its first goal and another glorious opportunity. Maris drives it far post, and that's knocked up and out. Kibunguchi gets ahead to it, but it's bouncing to Luna again. Crossing to the far post again. This time they have Aron covered, but only so far as Velasquez. Seba Velasquez tried to thread a needle. And it'll be a goal kick. Solid work. Jaime Villarreal absorbing the pressure on Velasquez. 2 goals so far, including a header. A contested header in the box against San Antonio. We say that because he's not the tallest guy out there, but one with the head, and that was Locomotive's goal versus San Antonio FC. How fun is he to watch, Heidi?
Oh,
I mean,
it
just
is. Yeah, I agree, Duke. It is just, he just dances. He has such vision. He can create chances that you didn't even know could be there.
If you're Mark Briggs for Sacramento Republic, been part of the organization since 2019. Well, he's been part of it longer than that. Was their youth club coach. Sacramento Republic, stalwart of the USL Championship from its inception in 2014. Pressured as Diaz has to serve it out left wing for Lacroix. But this is an organization that has had a lot of success. Won in their first season, won USL Championship in 2014. They've had designs on Major League Soccer, but the investment fell through. Ron Burkle announcing that he would not be investing in an expansion franchise because of COVID-19 and losses to his business. Sacramento more than once has had to restart its MLS conversation. They want to build a brand new stadium. They have a solid one in Sacramento, but not specifically built. Logan Ketterer with a quick restart to Maka King. Is it what you're looking for from Locomotive tonight? And what did you expect maybe from Sacramento that you're not seeing?
So Locomotive, it's been a nice to see them actually start with pretty good pace and a sense of urgency of, hey, let's create attacking chances. We know we always want to defend, but let's attack early. And they've done that. And Sacramento, honestly, they haven't found the possession I think that they were hoping to. And so they're just kind of now looking to say, oh, well, we're down 1. Let's be a little bit more direct and see if we can get, steal something, cause some disruption. So if the Locomotive they just need to stay patient and keep doing what they're doing, but keep putting the pressure on, because I think that has now Sacramento's pressing more, and that should open up more opportunity for Locomotive if they can break that pressure.
Yuma serves it into a space. Locomotive does well to keep possession here. Mark Briggs looking for answers for this Sac Republic side. 6, 7, and 8, 26 points again, 5th in the Pacific Division. Locomotive 12, 2 and 6, 42 points, and on top by 7 in the Mountain Division.
And that's where Sacramento really needs to fight to get points so that they can get into position to make it to the playoffs. They've had a really up and down season. I mean, they did get a win last Saturday in Vegas, and Coach Briggs has had success turning around teams before. So now they're just looking to get this season, keep it on the up and up.
The Pacific Division has been a whole lot of crazy this year. Borelli, service, bounces nicely to Luna. Solid work to stay with it defensively after it bounced off of him by Casey. All the way to the other side, Rebellon. I think he wanted to bounce that one off the head and get another corner kick. It did not work out. Throw in, though, for the Colombian. Back to Maka King. Colombia to England, to Ireland, to Spain, and to Mexico by way of Argentina. Borelli. Nice touch, couldn't settle it for himself or for Seba Velasquez. And is guilty of the push. Julian Chavez takes a seat. Chavez out of Elk Grove, California. One of the younger players, born in 2002. Yeah, I see that and it just makes me, what? What? May 31st, 2002. 19 years old at the end of May.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he scored in their last game in a nice goal.
Juju is his nickname. Joined Sacramento Republic's academy. Elk Grove area in San Antonio. Or I should say, pardon me, Sacramento. Eighth Notch certainly came to party tonight. Looks like they're trying to get a cheer started. They're in section 105. Iwasa trying to cut off the passing angle. Yuma able to play it. Good pressure applied here by Sacramento Republic. Out wide though to Luna. Luna the long switch to Eder Borelli. And Borelli giving a little space back to Velasquez. Tipped off, it'll bounce to Velasquez. Not over. Still in play. And solid work on that right side by Jordan McCrary for Sac Republic. Here is Yuma. A little miscommunication. It'll bounce Iwasa's way. The outlet to Belmar. First time we've called his name tonight. And Maka King. Make sure it's not anymore. Kibunguchi. Luis Felipe. 9 yellow cards so far this season. He is on his 2nd yellow card suspension if he gets another tonight.
He's definitely bringing some physical play to the matches.
Good work by Rebellon to yield possession for Locomotive again. We mentioned that international collection. Yuma out of Spain, of course Mishak out of Haiti, Richie Ryan, Ireland, Maka King, England, and Ed Borelli, who was a longtime servant and a former team captain for FC Juarez Bravos, south of the border here in El Paso, as the team made the jump from the Ascenso to Liga MX. And finally, after a little too much along that touchline, it'll be a free kick. And another caution issued, this one to Julian Chavez. So Chavez picking up the 2nd yellow card in the 29th minute for Sacramento.
Yeah, he kind of knocked Yuma into that sideboard.
Well, Sacramento Republic coming in, one of the things to look at for me is how a team does fouls won versus fouls conceded. And Actually, fouls won for Sacramento, 284 to 283 conceded coming in, so very even. But 55 yellow cards and 4 reds. For Locomotive, just as a point of comparison, 282 fouls won, 244 conceded, 46 yellow cards, and 3 reds. So slightly better when it comes to seeing a color.
Right. They still are playing physical, but not at the... That might be part of them giving up some more goals, because if you give opportunities for set pieces in the dangerous area...
It can be something. Belmar does well to keep. Out it'll bounce. Right there for it was Chavez, but a good deflection. King, Rebellon back there. And it's off of Sacramento for a Locomotive throw.
And I'm glad Locomotive broke that up, but they need to do better to keep that chance from happening. I mean, Chavez, his goal actually was goal of the week for week 20 for the USL. So if he gets that chance, he's going to try to put another one back in the net.
Sacramento Republic with a player down on the pitch. It's our Texas Tech nod to the doc. Betty Olmedo, the head trainer. As Dan Casey running up with Aron Gomez. Gets stuck in on Aron, but comes out the worse for wear. Holding that right shoulder, rather. And Aron Gomez, he and Brian Rebellon seem to absorb most of the physicality from the oppositions, don't they?
Rebellon is definitely, I think, might have a little bit towards the more of that side, but
right.
Aron also seems to kind of break free and be the recipient of creating, earning some of the fouls too. I think Rebellon gets called for more fouls.
Well, they don't have the stat fouls drawn, but I kind of think that might be one of the reasons that Locomotive has 40 more fouls earned than conceded. Seems like Maris and Diego have switched places a little bit out on that right wing. Mark Lowry and his gang always tinkering. Falling forward to receive that is Rebellon, who does well. Velasquez, the switch to Yuma. Borelli and Yuma. Good seeing eyeball by Richie Ryan to get Luna, who'll try for the far corner and just miss up and over the bar.
And that's what you get with Locomotive, with all that interchange that you're kind of bringing up, all the players shifting, is they're just looking to be like, where is the space that they can get the ball that's just in between the different lines of the other opponent.
Who's going to follow me into a dangerous spot, right?
Mm-hmm. So Diego gets that ball right where it's right between the midfield and the defense, and then he's ready for that.
Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC channel 157 rather, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and USL All Access with Mike Watson, Devin Kerr. It's every Tuesday, 7 o'clock Eastern. Trying for something dangerous, Belmar can't make anything of it. Takes a seat courtesy of Rebellon. Countering the other way, Dylan Maris. Slow movement, and now received by Sac Republic. Good work by Chavez. But continuing, you can also hear live action from the USL, Major League Soccer, the Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC, channel 157, and the Sirius XM app. Don't forget USL All Access every Tuesday at 5 o'clock Mountain. A channel you've discovered on your Sirius XM radio, correct?
Yes, I do. I listen to that when I've got the long drives in the car. I'm like, oh, what match is on tonight?
Good work. Crossing, far post, no one on the other side of that from Velasquez. Great give and go idea with Borelli.
just had a little bit too much on that, a little too much pace.
Overcooked. Looking for Maris.
This is the time where Locomotive really has to get focused and get their chances on the goal, because Sacramento Republic has started to create, I mean, not the most possession to create those chances, but it's still, they're getting into dangerous areas in the Locomotive defensive end. And when you let a team start to create that, they get more confidence, and then just one chance, and it's a 1-1 game.
Republic on the restart. Casey. Kibunguchi and Casey. Not finding a way forward right now. It is important, maybe as you're seeing it, as you've talked about it, for Locomotive to get that second goal. As you take a look at the game, obviously you don't want to let a team back, and a 1-0 lead is a 1-0 lead, but maybe added importance versus this Republic side.
Well, right, and their last match against Las Vegas was up 1-0 after the first half, and Sacramento came back and got all 3 goals to win it in the second half. So it's even more important after seeing what they've done in their last match for Locomotive to get another one on the board.
Well, we pointed out the topsy-turvy, crazy Pacific Division. Phoenix Rising, as you might expect, leads by 10 points, 44 points to San Diego Loyal's 34. But Loyal was well below the playoff line at a horrible start. They've found their level. I think everybody expected them there, along with Orange County. But Tacoma Defiance, that's been a bit of a surprise. Oakland Roots moving out of the cellar. And Las Vegas Lights, which started like a house of fire, has now, somebody's doused the lights in Las Vegas. Right. It has been a weird, weird season in the Pacific. Locomotive attempting to play nice and comfortable here. Mishak, good clearance. Kibunguchi will tee it up for Casey. Belmar trying to make a move and just forced off to the line by Rebellon and King. Kibunguchi. Try to switch it out to the right from Casey. Finding McCrary. Trying to find Iwasa up top, but a slow rolling ball partially deflected, easy for Logan Ketterer to cover.
Sacramento's finding their feet now, though. They're getting a little bit of possession, knocking around, switching the field, just looking to try to create that chance on goal.
Maka King tries the long ball out of the back. Has to be played, and all of a sudden a little trouble for the US, courtesy of Aaron Gomez. Able to deal with the pressure, but can't pick it up when it's played back to you. To me, one of the absolute greatest rules in soccer to come out of the debacle that was the 1990 World Cup. But back the other way, it's Belmar, and the flag is up for offside. You can't play the ball back to the keeper, and well, he can't. You can, but he can't pick it up and touch it, unless it takes a deflection or he stops it and you run up to him, and then he can play it with the hands.
So I have played with under both rules.
Yes.
I'm old enough for that, so.
Right, that's true. My broadcast partner, formerly of UMass, one of the first American females to make it overseas to play professionally in Europe. That had to have been an exciting, exciting time, though. It
was, you know, I give you mentioned all the international flair here on the teams. I mean,
Yes.
to go to another country and play, it's exciting, but there's so much to learn, and it's so different being in a different environment. So these guys have really adapted and excelled, staying in the league for so long and moving to multiple countries even, not just one.
Of course, Eder Borelli, I believe his grandfather played the Argentinian national team at one point, in from Mexico, the man from Monterrey. Great work by Luna here. Luna's going to take it to the byline, and well done. It'll be a goal kick as Luna gets tangled with Dan Casey, but well done by the defender. He knew what was coming if Luna gets to the byline and is able to cut that ball back in.
He definitely did. He knew he wanted to keep him from getting that ball across.
Great work by Casey, and actually earns the goal kick as well by deflecting it off of Luna. Casey with words for the youngster.
Well, that's a little bit of a matchup. We'll probably see more of it.
Don't think it's birthday wishes, maybe from Dan
No,
Casey.
I don't think so.
The big man from Willimantic, Connecticut, by way of Dublin, Ireland. On loan from Cork City on once, played for Bohemian FC in 2017, and a free kick earned by Locomotive yet again. Aaron Gomez and Casey, who is having to be calmed down a bit by our referee, Joshua Encarnacion.
And Richie Ryan over here on the other side of the pitch doesn't seem too happy either.
Oh, he's got words for his fellow Irishman, it looks like. Bohemian FC in 2017 and 18. Joined Cork City on loan in 2019. Career began in Sunderland, at Sunderland, I should say. Which, if I am not mistaken, was where Richie Ryan began his career as a professional back in the day. But has been in Europa League qualifying, the FAI Cup for Ireland's top tier. Dan Casey certainly has a bit of experience. But a stoppage for a not quite a Texas Tech nod to the dot. Ricardo Reis was there at the touch line to offer water. But it'll be a restart. Luna. That's deflected. King trying to get there. Will. Can't keep it. Solid work by Felipe. Sacramento trying to counter. Looks like Locomotive has plenty of blue jerseys behind the action. Yuma off the side of his foot. Ball in there by Lacroix, who will have it back from Iwasa.
Sacramento has kind of found a rhythm for themselves and is being able to find that open man and the next pass or that outlet.
But Iwasa's the guy up top. He's the target in a 4-5-1 system that has not been able to get him the ball.
Right. They have not gotten it to him. But they're just getting it to their own feet now, where then they're hoping that if they get it to him, he can create something. But earlier, they didn't even have any of that rhythm of possession.
Well, Cameron Iwasa certainly, with 6 goals leading the team, can deliver the goods when he's given the opportunity. Great ball to Luna from Dylan Maris. Trying to run it on and a little too far ahead for Borelli. Here's Iwasa making a run, and it'll go out of play for a throw.
That was a nice idea by Diego, but when he gets in the box, I'd like to see him be more selfish. Get that chance on goal or in front of the goal. Borelli had another man running with him. If he was wide open, that's a different story. But otherwise, you're that close, and you've shown what Diego Luna can do. Create a chance on goal.
We're headed toward the half. About to enter the 45th minute. I don't imagine there'll be a whole lot of equal living stoppage time. Joshua Encarnacion, our referee. We'll be relaying that shortly. Locomotive pop that one over. Did Borelli. Velasquez to King. Nicely done, Borelli. Crossing far post and headed out of trouble. But only so far as Maris. Lacroix on it. Now to King. Wants to cross. They stay in front of him well. King can deliver from that range. Until he's trying to make some runs to make that happen. We're hearing 1 minute of equal living stoppage time tonight. So a game that's been pretty back and forth, not many stoppages. Locomotive looking for that second goal. Sacramento looking for a foothold here in El Paso tonight. The long switch, Borelli, all kinds of room. Ryan up to Velasquez, taken down. No foul here, but it'll be Aron Gomez. Back to Velasquez into Yumas. Mark Lowry looks a little disappointed with that run of play. Sacramento Republic does well to chase Locomotive out of the attacking third.
Yeah, they had Sacramento under pressure and relieved it from them. With this at this point in the half, that would be the time to try to press further and maybe take a couple more risks. It's probably what Coach Lowry was hoping for.
And Yuma's in some duress. Puts the ball into touch and is favoring the groin area, it seems. Well, that is not what Locomotive needs. The veteran Spaniard, 35 years old. We'll see how well it goes after the halftime whistle, I think, and we'll see if Yuma's able to make it back out again.
And that's, little things that you don't know what's going on with the teams. There might be, as we mentioned, kind of little nagging minor injuries that then all of a sudden pop up and rear their ugly head a little bit more during a match.
And Yuma takes another seat as the halftime whistle is blown. Joshua Encarnacion gives us 1 minute. It is 1-0. Locomotive FC. Aron Gomez, the all-time leading scorer, scores another. His 5th of the season for El Paso. On the assist from Diego Luna. Beautifully floated header to the far post to beat Rafa Diaz. And that's where we stand. 1-0 at the half. We'll try and find out more about Yuma's situation as we continue. The halftime show coming up next.
Here's the play. We stock plenty of new Nissans. Go right up the middle with hard-hitting savings. And score with game-winning service.
Got it.
1, 2, 3. Casa Nissan.
Get a 2021 Murano with 0% APR financing for 60 months and $3,000 off MSRP.
And when you hand your car off to us, we'll throw you Hail Mary value for your trade. Make the smart play and come see us at Casa Nissan. Home of the nice guys. Yeah!
Season tickets are on sale now. Don't miss a second of the Locos in action by getting a seat to every match. Buy your tickets now at eplocomotivefc.com/ticket or by calling or texting 915-235-GOAL. Locomotive FC offers a wide variety of exclusive experiences, including private party spaces, individual suites, and hospitality areas. Give us a call at 915-235-GOAL for more information and to book your next event.
Hi, I'm Thomas Taylor, owner of Monarch Building Services. We've been cleaning for over 35 years. Monarch provides cleaning and disinfecting services for your commercial and residential business. We clean El Paso. Now more than ever, that's our pledge to you.
Welcome to the GECU Halftime Show. Manage your accounts 24/7 with GECU Online Banking, the GECU mobile app, and GECU ATMs. Learn more at gecu.com.
Welcome back to Southwest University Park, and thank you for joining us on the GECU Halftime Show. I'm Heidi Mocha. At halftime, your score is El Paso 1, Sacramento 0. We've talked about it throughout the season, but this team is built with good players on the field and also good character. Guys understand their roles, and they put the success of the team first, whether they're starters or coming off the bench. The perfect example of that is Leandro Carrillo. He is FC Juarez's all-time leading goal scorer, but he takes pride in contributing when needed, and he's given us several big moments this season.
I work for my team.
What he gives us off the bench is an incredible amount of experience, an eye for a goal at important moments. We know what we have with him, and we use our players how we feel is best suited for the team to win a game, and that's the reality of it. We know bring Leandro off the bench with what he can do, whether we're up 1-0 to help us kind of maintain that lead, defending from the front, or whether we need a goal, he comes on and scores like he did. So he's embraced it because he's a true professional. He's one of the best professionals that I've ever worked with, frankly, and I'm sure he'd like to play more minutes just like everybody would, but he has a role in the team that I think is one of the most important out of the whole group.
We work for the team, and then we work for all your family, for my family,
You got the captains, Richie, Yuma, guys that play a lot, but for me, what Leandro does for us is just as important as what anybody else does. So love having him around, incredible pro, and that's why he's embraced it, because like I said, he is an absolute true pro.
Carrillo adds that he does his best to remain positive throughout any adversity on and off the pitch. Throughout the match, you can see him helping his teammates and letting them know what he's seeing off the bench. We'll see how this one plays out, but he could be seeing some minutes in the second half. El Paso 1, Sacramento 0. We'll be back.
First-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
I did get an interesting text from someone in the Phoenix organization talking about how big and physical that game was, and maybe they didn't necessarily know it was going to be just like that. I think they got a good taste. By the way, in case you're wondering, Forrest Lasso is competing for the Summer Olympics in gymnastics. Just wanted you to know. What you
so
got next?
Lee Cohen, he was part of that routine.
Bring it to me.
Forrest Lasso, the defender of the year, leaping over the ad boards and pirouetting his way toward the dugout.
Welcome back to downtown El Paso. The GECU halftime show rolls along. Locomotive FC with a 1-0 lead over Sacramento Public. I am Duke Keith, joined by Heidi Mocha as we take a look at scores around the rest of the USL Championship. Austin Bold picking up a couple of big results. Wins for Bold FC under their new head coach. 2-1 against San Antonio FC. And then that was on Tuesday. Wednesday, September the 8th, it's Colorado Springs Switchbacks 2, Real Monarchs 0. Colorado Springs and Switchbacks FC right in second place in the Mountain Division. And it was Oakland Roots SC over Las Vegas Lights, 1-0 in Las Vegas. That was all Wednesday. And then Friday, Austin Bold defeated New Mexico United last night by the score of 1-0. New Mexico United had just found its winning ways and back into the losing column here. As we take a look at the Mountain Division, Locomotive FC, 42 points to pace the division by 7 over Switchbacks, but you see also games played. Locomotive, 2 games in hand over the second-place team in the Mountain. Austin Bold has worked its way up to 32 points in third place, and San Antonio FC, despite the loss to Austin, right behind them with 31 points in the Mountain Division. As we take a look at storylines along the rest of the league, Noche de Locos, the Sugar Skull. Locomotive introducing that new Sugar Skull logo for the upcoming Noche de Locos match. That is September the 29th. Giving out 2,500 Sugar Skull bandanas on that night. People do line up for these early, so you want to make sure you come on out again and get that Sugar Skull. That match is on September the 29th. It's a 7 p.m. kick for Noche de Locos. That's going to be outstanding. And on Tuesday, the club announced a new partnership with Texas Tech Physicians of El Paso as their new title sponsor and healthcare provider. So you'll see them on the T-shirts on the front, and then in the locker rooms taking care of the Locomotive youngsters as well. It is a partnership that pushes the continued growth of the youth programs and its early success. Bob Bigney and his gang doing such a great job. And the U.S. men's national team, World Cup qualification, 14 players that have previously played in the USL Championship, League One and League Two on the men's national team as they prepare for World Cup qualifiers. That includes El Paso's own Ricardo Pepi. He scores the match winner versus Honduras in World Cup qualifying. What a couple of weeks that young man has had from right here in the Sun City and El Paso County. The score here tonight from El Paso, Texas. It is El Paso Locomotive FC 1, Sacramento Republic 0. Back with more highlights and plenty as we continue the GECU halftime show after this.
Some comebacks are welcome. Others, we can do without. The best way to reduce the risk of a COVID-19 resurgence is to get fully vaccinated. Learn more at reducetherisk915.org and be on the lookout for pop-up vaccination sites in neighborhoods across El Paso County. Let's bring back the things we love, and let's put the pandemic in the past by getting vaccinated. Brought to you by the Paso del Norte Health Foundation and El Paso County.
Because your home is your castle, you shouldn't let just anyone paint it. That's why El Paso Paint Kings follows a 7-step program to protect and beautify your home. By carefully inspecting it from the foundation to the roof, we'll know exactly what needs to be done. And right now, take advantage of our summer specials, starting as low as $29.99. You'll appreciate how we pay attention to all the details, and we use only the highest quality of paint and materials, and we always make sure we leave the job site clean. When experience matters, call El Paso Paint Kings, where we treat your home like our home. Call now.
Season tickets are on sale now. Don't miss a second of the Locos in action by getting a seat to every match. Buy your tickets now at eplocomotivefc.com/ticket or by calling or texting 915-235-GOAL. Locomotive FC offers a wide variety of exclusive experiences, including private party spaces, individual suites, and hospitality areas. Give us a call at 915-235-GOAL for more information and to book your next event.
Welcome back here at the half as we see the Placita Locomotive 1-0 over Sacramento Republic. Duke Keith and Heidi Mocha with you as we take a look here on the GECU halftime show at our first half statistics. And Locomotive leading 1-0, definitely the most important one. But Heidi, as you take a look, your thoughts quickly is total shots. El Paso's been pretty dominant. That includes the possession, accuracy, and the shots on target.
Right, and that's what we've seen. Not until the end did Sacramento start to kind of get knock the ball down and get any sort of rhythm as far as possession. And the Locomotive, they started off with creating some shots, but they needed to get more to be able to earn another goal. So we have first half highlights coming up after the break, but first we want to highlight Corey Goranson. Corey is a dedicated leader committed to improving the lives of every patient. Throughout the pandemic, he played an essential role in creating new processes and procedures to improve patient outcomes. Thank you, Corey, for the difference you make in our community. That wraps it up for the GECU halftime show. Second half on the other side of the break. El Paso 1, Sacramento 0.
Thank you for watching the GECU Halftime Show. Manage your accounts 24/7 with GECU Online Banking, the GECU mobile app, and GECU ATMs. Learn more at gecu.com.
Casa Ford is kicking off football season by gearing you up for game day.
We're giving away HD TVs every Friday all month long, plus you'll save big on a new Ford.
When you save, you score. Get 1.9% financing on a new 2021 Ford F-150. And you'll win big with our maximum value for all trade-in vehicles.
Catch a great deal and a free TV at El Paso's #1 Ford dealer.
Casa Ford, home of the nice guys.
Yeah!
Locomotive FC offers a wide variety of exclusive experiences, including private party spaces, individual suites, and hospitality areas. Give us a call at 915-235-GOAL for more information and to book your next event.
During these uncertain times, planning ahead has never been more important, which is why no one should be without this important document, a will. A will is a legal document that ensures your loved ones understand your final wishes clearly and precisely. At Zant Law Firm, we'll help you start making an estate plan today so that when the unexpected happens, your intentions are met and your family is protected. And as always, you can visit our office or we can bring our mobile office to you. And contactless transactions are also available because your final wishes deserve to be carried out. Call Zant Law Firm today.
Back to Southwest University Park. The score at the half, 1-0 Locomotive FC. Before we start the second half, let's take a quick look at our first half highlights. Duke Keith along with Heidi Mocha. And it got started early, 7th minute. Knotted out by Sacramento Republic, but Richie Ryan restarts to Luna. Diego Luna feathers a beautiful pass across the way and back across the goal. Aaron Gomez puts it in for his 5th of the season, Heidi. Just beautiful touch.
Beautiful touch.
Did you take a look? I mean, he knew exactly where he wanted to put it.
And he did it. He executed perfectly.
Good effort here by Jaime Villarreal. Locomotive able to get a hold of that, and here's Luna. Good crack, but sends it wide and up and over the bar, and Sebastian Velasquez with a good work, good give and go with Bonelli to get loose, but a bit of overcooked meat there on the cross. We do have one halftime substitution for Locomotive FC, as you might expect. Matt Boehner has come in to replace the team captain, Yuma. And that is tough for the Spaniard. We certainly hope that he's okay, but could not finish the game standing up, or could not finish the first half standing up, Heidi.
No, and if you're Locomotive, you want to look at it as, hey, Coach Lowry has talked about how now he has created a side that has at least 2 players that can play every position, and he has interchanged them. We've seen Yuma almost, every match, not coming out, but everybody on the team knows what to do, and the Locomotive, can get it done. So now Boehner's in the center. He's going to help organize with Mishak, and they just need to keep that clean sheet and get some chances on frame at the other end.
Richie Ryan will wear the captain's armband here in the second 45. But Aaron Gomez giving Locomotive a little breathing room. Insofar as this match is concerned, Sacramento, though, has done a better than average job just trying to shore up the ship a bit. Mark Briggs also able to get his team some opportunities on the other side, though, again, no shots on target in the first half for Sacramento.
No, I know there was a chance that was shown on highlights that King blocked.
Good block here by Mishak. Solid effort by Darius Formella. Formella, a second half substitute for Sacramento. So 2 substitutes at the half as Formello. Native of Poland, played in the Czech Republic. Certainly a veteran. Played in the Polish top division for a number of years. Still 25. He won't turn 26 until October. So good fresh legs, big 6-foot body as well. And has already had a couple of touches for Sacramento positively for their offense, as it'll be a Republic throw in here. But if you are Mark Briggs, what are you looking for? Do you have anything to build on in that first half?
I think they do. I mean, Locomotive came out hot, got on the board, had chance after chance after, kind of created chances. Sacramento absorbed that pressure and then started to find the outlet when there was a turnover, started to get forward a little bit. I don't think they know they're not going to be a possession team.
Far post, and it's going to be an offside flag on Formella. You see what they're trying to work on that left side. Long cross from Jordan McCrary.
But they're going to want to keep just enough possession to create some pretty direct chances. And even if when Locomotive plays another team that is high in possession, it's a battle to keep possession. So when you know that Locomotive is such a high possession unit, and you'll take what you can get that rhythm, and then create that chance and get to goal.
Good line splitting effort there to draw the contact. Mishak sending that ball long for Aron. Aron Gomez. The hard foul from Kibunguchi. Strike it. That's Dan Casey, who's been involved in more than one tonight. But that draws the restart for Locomotive. Maka King trying to size one up, decides to go back to Mishak. Luna. Boehner, first touch of the evening. Borelli. Matt Boehner, the man from Westchester, Ohio, scored the game-tying goal against New Mexico United, his first for the club in the last vestiges of stoppage time. And another exciting match versus United.
And the memorable celebration post.
And the first goal scored by El Paso Locomotive in Albuquerque, ever. But of course, last year Locomotive playing all of their matches versus United here in El Paso. COVID restrictions, as you well know.
Yes.
Having lots of detrimental effects in the land of enchantment. Aron loose. Casey makes sure it advances no further.
And Locomotive, they have not, I've seen Velasquez not getting the ball as much in this match as he has in some others. And I wonder if they could start to find him more, if that might open up some more opportunities to get chances on goal.
Trying to get out of their own defensive third. King, some good footwork to do so. Locomotive keeps possession, play on. And here is Velasquez. Slow roll to Boehner. Ryan sees Rebellon on the right. And Locomotive will work it patiently. King, always a danger to send it long. You see him kind of step up to the ball like he wants to send it in. Backed off a number of times, at least to start this first half or second half.
Yeah, he definitely has a knack. He wants to get into the attack. He wants to put service up in a dangerous area.
And that's what he wants to do right there. Finds Diego Luna. Luna taken down, and that's a foul on Diego. Kibunguchi getting tangled.
Now, to stop him, they put 2 players on him. That is where Diego needs to recognize that, and his teammates need to say, I'm open, get that ball to me. Because if they're having to stop him with 2 players, which, yeah, that's a pretty good tactic because he can be that dangerous, there's somebody else wide open.
Joshua Encarnacion, our referee tonight, did well to spot the little shirt, or rather shorts pull on Jordan McCrary by the 18-year-old. More discussion. Seba Velasquez having a word or two with McCrary. And it'll be a restart for Republic.
Friendly banter that probably isn't so friendly.
Yeah. We doubt their birthday wishes for young Diego or for any of the other Locomotive players. 2 clubs battling over the Atlantic Division's final playoff spot take center stage. The USL on ESPN continues. Charlotte Independence travels north to Dillon Stadium to take on Hartford Athletic. That's Thursday, September 30th. That is a 6 p.m. Mountain start on ESPN Deportes. Locomotive attempting to apply pressure. Republic does well to clear it out. And some room up that left side. Formella.
And I know he's not on the field right now, but this is where Lucho is super dangerous for Locomotive, is when teams knock it around, he has a, his first couple steps are so quick, he closes the space, and all of a sudden they're under pressure that they did not expect.
Mishak, a little trouble with Iwasa. Good work by Richie Ryan to settle things down. But the pass from Rabellon goes right back. Takedown, Maris standing in front of Emil Cuello, who's called for the contact, and Maris still on the pitch. Ovaloni from San Antonio FC came in on the 25th of August, former LA Galaxy man, drafted 19th in the 2019 Super Draft, but definitely none of the ball in all of Dylan Maris.
I like seeing Maris, fight to win it back, but that's right from behind. Those can be dangerous for players. Even they can look innocuous. There
you go.
And then, just be really dangerous when it's from behind like that.
Did get a piece of the ball, but after the foul, definitely. And here is Borelli. Good step in by McCrary. Trying to keep control. It'll come back to Belmar. All the way back to Diaz, who gives it a ride. Straight to the feet of Richie Ryan. With some help from Villarreal's head. And a throw in for Locomotive FC. So caginess in the early going. But so far, neither team looking sharp, at least offensively.
Agreed.
It'll bounce kindly here for Aron Gomez. Gets taken down, and Aron earns the free kick. McCrary, the offending party. And that is in a dangerous spot with a couple of dead eyes in Velasquez and Dylan Maris. Dylan Maris definitely can put some English on that ball. We've talked about free kicks that come in at an angle. So dangerous if you make any kind of touch, even if you're the defending team. Could wind up in the back of your net.
Exactly.
We have certainly seen Maris do it from that range. Richie Ryan back there as well. Maris goes near post and off the wall. Good work by Casey to stand in front. Locomotive trying to take advantage of the scramble. Mishak, long switch. Velasquez, how about that touch to settle? Velasquez rolls it, top of the box, Borelli! At the stroke of 57 minutes, the dangerous feet of Sebastián Velázquez finds the runner in, and Ed Borelli has scored for Locomotive FC.
And that was the ball from Mishak, right, over to Velázquez, and you said it. That touch to bring it down was perfect, and he saw he was isolated, could get in the box, take it the end line, drop it back, and Borelli, first time, perfect execution, even by the defender on the ground in the back of the net. You drop it from the end line back. That is hard for defenders to defend and for keepers to save.
And Ed Borelli salutes the crowd from across the field. So well worked in Mishak with that gorgeous long ball. That's one of the reasons Mark Lowry loves having him on the team, because he can split lines. Still though, quite a bit of work to do for Velázquez, and Seba settles it nicely.
But that was good fundamental soccer. Kept the play alive. Mishak played it wide. He brought it down, perfect touch, attacked the end line, dropped it back, and a finish.
Borelli with his first of the season. Back the other way though. Speaking of dangerous. Nowhere for Formella to go. And the men in maroon have to back it out.
He couldn't see through the smoke, maybe.
Possibly. That's a good eighth notch haze there.
I have watched some of the matches, USL matches, and been like, how are they seeing through all the smoke in some of the stadiums?
Well, well done. And that is a foul committed by Luna on the edge of the box on Duke Lacroix. So a dangerous free kick the other way coming for Sacramento. As we take a quick look at your Hospitals of Providence replay. Borelli standing near the spot, unmarked. Oh, that is frightful for Sacramento Republic. But how do you defend? Velázquez has already drawn the double team up front, hasn't he?
Yeah, he did, and Borelli just drove that ball on the ground towards the goal, and even with two defenders and a goalkeeper between him and the goal, he gave himself the best chance to still get it on frame and earn the goal.
Cuello to the left, Villarreal to the right. Sacramento trying to get on the board. Serve far post, nodded back in, the shot up and over. Iwasa teed up, beautiful crossing header by Felipe at the far post. But the Sacramento native not able to steer it on frame.
And I like that Rebellon still went up. He didn't get a head on it. He didn't make contact, but hopefully it disrupted the rhythm of maybe the header, and it sometimes you're open, it's not as on target.
McCrary to Bilmar. Good slide by Eder Borelli. Will put it into touch. And a substitution coming. Coming on will be Malik Foster to replace Emil Cuello in the 60th minute. So Cuello's night is done after 60. And 30 minutes for Foster. 5'7" forward out of Jamaica as Mark Briggs wants some offense. Long throw in into the box. Headed out by Mishak. Not too far. Lobbed back in. It'll bounce kindly. The flag is up. Foster, first touch, was dangerous, but ahead of the back line. Well worked again by a Locomotive defense that has held itself together, even in the absence of its team captain, Yuma.
Right, and then Velázquez challenged for that because you cannot count on it being an offsides call. So staying tough there with the challenges.
2-0 Locomotive FC. Long ball out of the back. Good touch. Aaron Gomez and Dylan Maris playing a little keep away. Locomotive will earn the throw.
And that is not a characteristic transition for Locomotive, but I like to see quick counterattack decisions like that. Coach Lowry really likes the shorter possession game, and Locomotive is so successful at it, but it's nice to change up the pace a little bit sometimes.
Aron Gomez challenging hard for it. We'll run in with Lacroix, but it will be a goal kick for Rafa Diaz.
Sacramento actually plays out to feet. They're obviously gained a little bit of confidence in knocking it around. Because in the first half, we saw just the long balls off of the goal kicks.
Here is Iwasa. Has not had many opportunities in the ball tonight. Locomotive has made sure to keep an eye on Sacramento Republic's dutiful servant. He's been there for 7 seasons, all but one that Sacramento Republic has been around. A Sacramento native. As we pointed out in the first half, Sacramento Republic this close to being the 30th expansion franchise in Major League Soccer, but had some of that investment money pulled at the last minute because of the pandemic. And the losses suffered by the principal investor. And it's back to the drawing board for a team who's done this more than once already. And an organization which has been one of the championship's absolute best. Seventh minute goal by Aron Gomez, 57th for Locomotive FC. Eder Borelli with his first of the season for the team. Have Locomotive up, providing the fireworks on fireworks night for the fans here in El Paso. Here's Casey. Aside to Belmar. They're trying to get him involved. McCrary, certainly they want it to Belmar's feet on that right wing. He'll serve it. Long ball into the box and headed just wide. It will be a goal kick. They got the pass they wanted. Belmar, as we just pointed out.
He just missed
Is that
connecting.
Casey? I think that was Casey out of the back. The Irishman, a little bit the worse for wear. He's dealt with a couple of tangles down in the 8th notch end. He got the head to it, but wasn't able to pull it back and push it in on frame.
Yeah, good way to stay with that and put the challenge in by Mishak. For sure, I'm sure making a difference in the touch that Casey was able to get on that.
Mishak with him stride for stride.
Right now, Locomotive is undefeated in the last 19 games here at home, including the playoffs of 2020. So currently on a 6-game win streak here in front of our Locomotive faithful. If we can keep this up, going to add to that.
Solid work by Formella just to try and keep a hold of this for Sacramento Republic. Iwasa. The Locomotive with a 2-0 lead at home. Hard task to try and find a way through. Certainly Locomotive will find their way forward. Mark Lowry, nothing if not a fan of possession. Especially if that possession can yield some opportunities in attack. Not one to just sit back and play a couple of stacks of 5 at the back.
No, not at all.
Wants possession. It is one of the ways Locomotive plays defense, with the ball at their feet. Long ball out of the back again, Mishak. It'll find its way to Maris. King, the long cross. Looking but not able to get it to Aron Gomez. Gomez along with Velasquez. The last 2 to score against Sacramento Republic here in El Paso. Actually the first and the last in that Western Conference semifinal. Well, solid work here though They've crossed to no one. Malik Foster did all that work to find his way through, but had no one on the other side. And here is Maris, Gomez, Luna. Luna gets away from him a bit. But right back it comes to the teenager. Diego Luna. Velasquez. He'll back it around. Borelli, Velasquez, Rebellon and Ryan. Ishak Tamaka. King, long cross. Another overcooked ball. The USL is as committed to supporting the LGBTQ community, Q plus community, I should say, as anyone. Through the Forever Proud project, the USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forwardforever-proud. Here's Velasquez. It'll bounce to him. Velasquez, give and go, trying for something up top with Aron. Couldn't quite make it work. Perhaps a touch of the ball. Restart here for Sacramento.
The USL's elite pre-professional platform, USL Academy, allows clubs to build a pathway to pro soccer by bringing together top local youth talent and helping players transition to their USL senior teams. For more information, visit usl-academy.com.
And it's funny to me, it's kind of indicative. Maka King playing the ball to a space where no one was, but where he knew one of his teammates would eventually be. That long ball out of the back for Sac Republic, trying for something. King underneath it, and that is Mark Lowry ball. Iwasa with him step for step. Mishak having to do the yeoman's work tonight in the absence of Yuma. And we're hearing Nick Ross about ready to come on in replacement of Brian Rebellon. Trying to get one started. Certainly they see something of that right wing. It's been Maris, it's been Aron. Locomotive not able to thread that needle up the right side touchline as of yet. And a little tangle, it'll be back to Locomotive or Sac Republic on the restart.
Now that Velasquez has had the ball a little bit more, we have seen Maris get it less. We just want to have the ball all the time. Velasquez, or Maris, or
they will work it around,
Gomez.
won't they? Sacramento Republic trying to find their way through, but with 20 minutes left of the clock, Mark Briggs running out of options here. And ways forward. Good knock by Rebellon. Trying to win it back. Iwasa taken down, trying to turn his Foster. Taken off the ball, and Foster whistled for the foul as he takes down Mishak. And here is a double substitution, so not only Brian Rebellon coming off, it will also be Aron Gomez. Gomez replaced by Lucho Solignac, and Rebellon replaced by Nick Ross here in the 71st minute.
Gomez put in some good work tonight, earning that goal. And Rebellon always up and down the pitch and physical.
Lucho Solignac, the Argentine, coming on to replace Aron, Locomotive's all-time leading scorer, and right off the bat, receives that one beautifully. Solignac, ready to go to work over the final 20.
Mishak has a long target again, another long target player.
You know, and it's funny, Locomotive does love to play possession style soccer, but Mishak doing such a great job, and King too, with their long crosses. It was King that set up Velasquez on Borelli's goal with a long switch. Picked up by Borelli. Into the air. Foster trying to come down, but it's Mishak handling business for Locomotive.
Yeah, Mishak seems to be taking care of those challenges in the back that Yuma might.
Out of the back. It's a shot and it parried away by Diaz. The return, Luna up and over. They got it to Ross. Surprise, surprise, Nick Ross always finds a way to bounce up when you least expect him. Good save, though, by Rafa Diaz, giving him half an opportunity. Is able to come up with that from just outside the 18.
He's got fresh legs, and I'm sure he's been sitting out watching, okay, what can I exploit when I get in? And that is what he does right away. And Diego would like to get that second chance back.
Here is Solignac. Will throw it, it'll bounce its way to Velasquez, and Luna rolls the cross to Borelli. Why not? Borelli back into the box. Out, it'll bounce for Ross, just off the crossbar. Can't get the dip, it'll be a goal kick. Actually touched, it looks like it's a corner. See if we can see who got a piece of that. Probably Diaz. But Nick Ross gave it a ride, and it will be a Chick-fil-A corner kick coming up.
And he made it was conscious. He was trying to keep it down.
Up. Aha. Off of Luis Felipe on the bounce. Far post cross rolls harmlessly to Diego Luna. Gets a touch and a move. Delivers, and Diaz able to snuff that out. Sacramento about ready to bring in Jordan McCrary. Or rather, Hayden Sargis to replace McCrary. Defense for defense for Mark Briggs, trying to find some fresh legs and a way through. McCrary's had a pretty physical evening tonight. Richie Ryan draws the foul from Villarreal. And here's your substitution. So McCrary comes off, and it will be Hayden Sargis to replace him. Part of the Sacramento Republic Academy since its inception in 2015. Finally able to make it into the senior side last season. Did he come in with something on his wrist like a quarterback in the NFL? Or he was holding a piece of paper? Interesting. Have you ever seen that in soccer?
I mean, you might have names or numbers for plays, but no, I have not seen it brought onto the pitch.
Nice out of the back. Solignac settles, but well done. Kibunguchi. Locomotive wins possession back. Borelli. Luna. Locomotive. And that's going to be a high knee on Solignac, who will receive the yellow card. I don't think he intended to do it, but Dan Casey, who's taken a lot of abuse up and around the head region tonight, will draw the foul and the contact. And then Borelli with El Paso's first caution of the night in the 75th. High boot.
Yeah.
You do have to keep control of your limbs, even though it was certainly not intentional. Ross will be whistled for the foul. Felipe taken down. Felipe again has kept things relatively calm for Mark Briggs, and on his second yellow card suspension, he has 9 cautions, has already served 1 for each 5 you get. He gets another one, he's done for Sac Republic's next match.
So he has to stay level-headed if he wants to stay on the field.
Certainly that's needed. Good lead ball. Ketterer there to keep it out of trouble and take some abuse from Foster as well. And it will be a foul on Foster. There, Borelli. Joshua Encarnacion getting an earful from the former team captain for FC Juarez Bravos back in the day.
Yeah, that was an unnecessary contact after the ball was already saved by Ketterer.
Well, King did well, and a little bounce around, and certainly Logan Ketterer is going to make sure that if he's had contact, he'll take a seat. But if you're Mark Briggs, I mean, what's the way through? What do you do?
That was a nice idea by Sacramento to try and thread it and beat Locomotive on the run. I mean, that they have to be direct. They need to get their players and try to get in 1v1 situations with the last line of defense.
That was the try with Foster, but whistled for the foul. Oh, that's a loose ball. Good work by Foster to run it down, but Harris is able to get a touch and at least slow Sacramento Republic.
And they're just looking to get one, to get, you know, get them just a little bit closer.
Belmar. Thrown in. The header wide. And the flag was up anyway. Wouldn't have counted. Good vision by Villarreal, but Foster, second time tonight, ahead of the back line. Foster playing keep away with Logan Ketterer. He says, hey, if you want to waste time, go ahead, bud. You're the team trailing 2-0.
Good organization and communication by the Locomotive defense to be on the same page so that there's not a hiccup and what could be an offsides turns into a chance at goal for the opponent.
Sacramento certainly pressing. Iwasa up high. King able to deliver nicely, though. Good job of hold up by Maris. Ross to Ryan, and here's Mishak to reset left side to Borelli.
Yeah, Maris absorbed that pressure real well and maintained possession for Locomotive, and now they're still just looking to keep the ball and find their way forward.
All the way around to Ketterer. Good touch by the keeper to earn himself some room.
And Ketterer doesn't get enough credit. He is very comfortable with the ball at his feet, more comfortable than a lot of goalkeepers are.
And it'll be a caution, I believe, for Foster. Well, Ryan walks away, and it'll be Malik Foster whistled. I think persistent infringement after his foul on Ketterer. Certainly the top of referee Joshua Encarnacion's mind. And as we head into the 80th minute, he will draw yellow.
And Foster just tries to go through the man to get to the ball. And he does get a touch on the ball, but he kind of hip checks Richie Ryan at the same time. And, but he's shown how quick he is and that speed. So Locomotive has to be aware of that. So, but with that yellow card, at least he's going to have to be a little bit more heads up.
Boehner, the long switch to Maka King. Ross, slow roller. It's Maris. Can't keep his footing. It'll bounce high. So Lignac from Mishak, and here is Borelli. Ryan, Luna, well worked. Ryan trying to get a hold of that one. Nick Ross a little slow, but Ross is able to clean things up. Long switch, King. Well, Locomotive FC leading 2-0 in the final 10 minutes. This is a team that can score, especially as legs get tired from the opposition, and you'd have to imagine Sacramento Republic's legs are tired. Do you see a third goal here?
You know, look, it's definitely possible. And they made the switch and put Lucho in, and you know, he's another dangerous target, which also creates more opportunity for the rest of the Locomotives to maybe get a chance. If Locomotive really wants to put this game away and show what they can do as they move forward into this last run before the end of the season, they should get one on. They need to try and pull one out and get another one on the board. and keep the clean sheet. I think, I'll take a third goal, but if they can keep a clean sheet, I think that's the one I'd trade for.
Ryan makes you wonder if they'll even try to bring on Carrijo. They've made their substitution at forward, but Aron off, Solignac on. We're hearing he is warming up on the sideline. This is Carrijo time, isn't it?
Exactly.
The final 10 minutes of the match. Oh, mercy.
He's
step on Solignac.
He has such a knack for finding the goal, especially in stoppage time. It's pretty fun to watch.
All-time leading goal scorer for FC Juarez Bravos through their time in both Liga Ascenso and Liga MX. And they're about to take off Cameron Iwasa, we're understanding. $73 goals and 102 appearances for Bravos. And that is Ascenso or Liga MX, a very high level of play. The accomplished Brazilian. You see number 9 getting loose in the sidelines. Chaparrera there. Jose Aguinaga, and a substitution for Sacramento Republic. Cameron Iwasa's night is done. Replaced by Mario Penagos here in the 83rd minute. Foul whistled. Locomotive does so well drawing the contact. We pointed this out earlier. To me, one of the keys for Locomotive is the way they're able to draw the contact and draw the fouls. That is an experienced side.
Yeah, they're super confident with the ball at their feet and with pressure in front, behind, keeping the ball with help and without. Frustrating the other teams.
Borelli will get it to Velasquez, outrunning a couple of defenders, but not the last one. It's great work by Villarreal. Not often do you see Velasquez dispossessed.
No. Did take more than one to do it.
Great work, Lucho Solignac. Flag is up. Luna's pass was there. But good work by Casey, I think, just to switch sides as he saw the forward coming up.
Locomotive fans not too happy with the offsides call.
Well, sure. Who doesn't want to see a breakaway right up the middle for Lucho Solignac? 2-0 as we head into the 85th. Carlton Belmar, who's had a night tonight. And after some early possession for Dariusz Formella, the veteran Polish midfielder not really able to take, or forward I should say, not really able to take advantage of that. And we haven't heard much from him since. They're trying to find him there, but that pass is off target and cleared immediately.
Right, and when Sacramento's been trying to just now trying to make an opportunity up front, I mean, what I see is blue. I see Locomotive players, initially just one attacking player, and then maybe two, but not usually what's going to change the score on the board.
Getting some olays from the crowd here for fireworks night. Here's Mishak, good touch. And it will be Leandro Carrijo coming on for Sebastian Velasquez. Mishak drawing the contact from Foster, who has to be careful. Certainly, though, trying to make something happen for his side, and that is understandable, but it results in a foul and a restart for Locomotive. Logan Ketterer looking for exactly the right blade of grass for the restart. Good thought by Maris. Ross does well to give it off to King. Velasquez turning. Carrijo, pardon me. Solignac. Richie Ryan gets a leg in. Run over by Belmar. And that is worrying. Richie Ryan is still down. Ormella. Out it comes, working to make something happen. Benagos denied. And a goal kick. Richie Ryan stays down. And Leandro Carrijo will come on to replace Sebastian Velasquez here in the 87th minute. Well, Sebastian Velasquez has certainly put in a shift tonight. Done a pretty solid job. They haven't had to, I don't think, have him swallow up the space and the possession like he usually does. It seems like he's had a lot of quick touches tonight and then moves on to whatever's next, but gets the assist on the goal that has put the cap on this one so far.
Absolutely. They kind of shared the wealth a little bit as far as who got the ball, but when he did get it, he made the most of it with that goal.
Saw him there with Mark Lowry. Here's the switch, it's onside. Foster taken down by Logan Ketterer. It will be a penalty. Ketterer is irate, but the penalty call is made and a caution issued to Logan Ketterer, who is up in Encarnacion's face. In the 88th minute, Foster earning the penalty to give Sacramento an opportunity to get on the board. Touches wide. You can certainly say Ketterer not able to get to the ball. It was a good touch by Foster in that last little bit to leave the leg in. Ketterer runs over it. And now, El Paso's keeper, who is nothing if not a semi-specialist when it comes to penalties, will try to keep this one out of the back. Certainly, if you take your penalty well, there's not much a keeper can do about it. And it's the veteran Pole, Dariusz Formella, to put Sacramento Republic on the board. Or attempt to here in the 89th minute. Formella missed it! With words from Ketterer. Oh, that's just dreadful. Trying to find that bottom corner.
And I think we might have had a 12th man with 8th notch tonight on that PK.
Well done by
some havoc.
Section 105 and the restart by Mishak, who will give it a ride. Sacramento Republic will have the throw.
He was trying to beat the keeper and just a little too wide and just beat himself.
I will say, if he put that on frame, Ketterer guessed right, I think he would have stopped it.
He would have definitely had a chance to get a hand on that thing.
I definitely think so. Here's Lucho. Off to the left, Borelli is going to get there in time, but not able to keep control. Good work by Melbar. We're hearing 3 minutes of equal living stoppage time. King. Bounces to him at the end. Ross, Mishak. Borelli to Ryan. Good to see the Irishman back up and running. Just remember Richie Ryan. I think it was a match in Salt Lake as we see equal living stoppage time is officially 3 minutes. Dishing a foul. Here's a cross, far side. Lucho Solignac appreciates the attempt, but too far for Dylan Maris ahead of the Argentine.
And yeah, it's a good thought by Dylan Maris, but he is in the box, and we know what kind of ball he can put on goal. I want to see him put that on frame himself. And if there's a rebound, Lucho will knock it in.
Sure.
He'll be right there, or Carrijo. So he was just so wide open. Be a little bit more selfish.
Formella
that talented.
That was deflected as they tried to get it to Lacroix. Here is King. Swing and a miss by Sac Republic. Allows King to steer this up the right side. Good effort by Formella. Second minute of Eco-Living stoppage time. Locomotive FC certainly on track for the win.
They just need to defend all the way through to the end.
Still in play, Formella, tackled by King. Back up and with it. Ryan's going to get a touch, but not able to clear it. Good work by Penagos just to keep possession. That's deflected. It'll be a Locomotive throw-in. Substitution for Locomotive. It'll be Chape Herrera in for Diego Luna here in stoppage time. The man who showed up in an open tryout and wouldn't go away. Native El Pasoan. We talk about the Ricardo Pepes and nice and dangerous throw in here. We'll complete that thought in a bit, perhaps. Felipe. Another deep throw in coming. Right. Carrijo is there to bounce that one out. They'll give it a ride, crossing Formella and winning that one. Call that 5'7" on 6 foot tall. Borelli will give up the corner.
He knew he had to get his head on it so that the opponent didn't have an opportunity.
Formella on the Chick-fil-A corner. Near post, actually, right in the middle, and just wide. Oh, that was well done, but Luis Felipe can't steer it on frame, and Sacramento Republic's troubles continue, and that is going to do it. At the death, Sac Republic missing wide. It is a clean sheet for El Paso, a shutout, a 13th win, and a return to winning ways. 45 points, 10 clear of everybody else in the Mountain Division for Locomotive FC.
I think the Locomotive are, as you said, I think they're, as a team, happy to get that clean sheet and to be able to do that here at home with the home crowd and get 3 more points.
Well done, and Mark Lowry runs his record to a perfect 4-0 versus Sacramento Republic. Trust the process. Locomotive back to their winning ways because they did exactly that. Eighth Notch is happy on a Saturday night. 2-0, the goals in the 7th minute by Aron Gomez and the 57th minute from Eder Borelli. As Locomotive wins this one going away, Sacramento Republic has never won against Locomotive FC. Back with more after this.
Some comebacks are welcome. Others, we can do without. The best way to reduce the risk of a COVID-19 resurgence is to get fully vaccinated. Learn more at reducetherisk915.org and be on the lookout for pop-up vaccination sites in neighborhoods across El Paso County. Let's bring back the things we love, and let's put the pandemic in the past by getting vaccinated. Brought to you by the Paso del Norte Health Foundation and El Paso County.
Nitro Circus is back for 2021 with the action-packed You Got This tour coming to El Paso Saturday, October 23rd. Top athletes in FMX, skate, BMX, scooter, and more. Are you ready to get this party started? Pouring down huge world's firsts off the biggest ramps in action sports with more crazy contraptions, more insane stunts, more high adrenaline fun than ever before. El Paso, get ready to put your hands in the air. We're coming to Southwest University Park this October 23rd. Get your tickets now at nitrocircus.com.
Welcome back to Southwest University Park. A happy 8th Notch in Section 105. 2-0 Locomotive FC. Duke Keith along with Heidi Moch as we take a look at the full match stats brought to you by the Hospitals of Providence. And it was a dominating effort. Locomotive, not much drop-off in terms of passing accuracy, near 90% in the first half, 87 for the match. and possession, about like it was. Shots on target, none for Sacramento Republic. Although they had a couple of huge opportunities, including a penalty.
Right.
Nothing went on frame.
No, and that's tough. That's tough to be a team to get a penalty kick and not even get it, be a shot on target. So that is why I emphasize so much, get the opportunities on target. But Locomotive did the same thing in the second half that they did in the first. They controlled the match and got forward and got goals in the back of the net.
Outstanding work by Locomotive FC as once again they improve on the season and top the Mountain Division. 45 points, that is 9 clear, my apologies, over Colorado Springs. 45 points, 13-2-6 on the season for Mark Lowry's Locomotive FC. For Sacramento Republic, they dropped to 6-8-8. It is their 8th loss in the season. They stay below the playoff line. They would have been even if they'd won the 3 points tonight. But still at 26 points, that's 4 off the pace for Tacoma Defiance, which is in 4th place in the Pacific Division. And a return to winning ways, that can't be understated. When you've kind of lost your way, you've let in 4 goals over your last 2 matches, to respond with the 9th clean sheet of the season, really saying something, Heidi.
Absolutely. And as much as the defense can make a huge difference, what I liked is how Locomotive started this match off with pace, with urgency, and looked determined to get on the board.
Indeed, they did exactly that tonight. The fans happy this evening. Ready for some fireworks. They've seen some on the field, about ready to see some here at Southwest University Park as well. For Locomotive FC, on the road at Colorado Springs, their first time at Widener Field on Wednesday. But it is tonight a 2-0 win. And the man who scored the game-winning goal is Josue Aron Gomez, who is our estrella of the match. Let's send it down to the field. And Elizabeth Vega.
Gomez. Make some noise, Locos. Aron, you scored the first goal of the night. What did you see and how important was it to score first?
Aron, fuiste escogido como el mejor jugador del partido. Metiste el primer gol. ¿Cómo te sentiste y cómo siente haciendo su primer gol?
Muy bien, agradecido con Dios por esta oportunidad y qué mejor sacar los 3 puntos.
He gives thanks to God for scoring this amazing goal and for all the support of the fans.
The Locos are now 20 matches undefeated at home. How special is it to play here in El Paso?
Los Locos llevamos 20 partidos que hemos ganado acá en casa. ¿Cómo se siente? ¿Cómo se siente para el equipo estar ganando tantos partidos?
Bien, muy contento. Creo que eso nos da mucha confianza para seguir afrontando el torneo de la mejor manera y poder llegar hasta las finales.
He said it feels great. He says it gives the team a lot of confidence. It helps us keep moving forward to get to the playoffs, and we just have to keep continuing.
Now there's a lot of fans here in attendance tonight. What is your message to them?
Hay muchos hinchas acá, hay muchos locos en la tribuna. ¿Usted qué le quieres decir?
No, muchas gracias a todos los fans, a todas las personas que vienen a apoyarnos. Es muy importante para todo el equipo y para cada uno de nosotros.
He says he's very happy to see you all here. It's very important for us, and we thank you guys so much.
Gracias, Aron. Felicidades.
Thank you, Elizabeth Vega, and thank you to Sebastian Velasquez for a little translation down on the pitch as well, who gets the assist tonight. Both of them scoring points in Locomotive's last match with Sacramento Republic 2 seasons ago, as Diego Luna floats a beautiful ball to Aron Gomez, steers it into the far post. To have that kind of touch, Heidi, what are you seeing there?
Yeah, Gomez, the ability to know where the keeper was, where he was, and to perfectly place that, it was spectacular to watch. And it was a team effort. There was the initial chance, knocked out. Ryan kept it in play, got it to Diego over to Gomez, and just they came together to earn that as a team.
Well done by our Estrella Jalisco Estrella of the match, Aron Gomez. As we take a look at our save of the game, Logan Ketterer keeping things out of danger as El Paso keeps the clean sheet tonight. It's 9th of the season. That is 2nd place all by their lonesome in the USL Championship. Took a little abuse on that one as well. Good effort, but Foster left a leg in, and Logan Ketterer making sure to wrap that up, Heidi.
Right, and that's where he's showing he's a true professional, not being distracted by the striker coming in, knowing where his defender is going to stay and track back, and just picking it up and making sure he hangs onto the ball even with a little bit of contact.
Good effort there by Sacramento Republic, but Malik Foster not able to get a hold of that. Our GECU save of the game. And we've got our, I believe our physical play of the match right here. Sebastian Velasquez, ball control. And why not? That is some extremely physical work to be able to handle a ball like that. The assist to Eder Morelli.
Again, he just has such composure, places it right in the spot that you know you should have a player, and Borelli just first times it in the back of the net, beats 2 defenders and the goalkeeper. Just a nice, simple tactical play by Locomotive.
And as we move into the next match, brought to you by the Brian Birds home selling team, it is on the road at Colorado Springs, a real test against an up-and-coming Switchbacks FC squad led by Haji Berry, leading the USL, the Golden Boot race, 21 goals in the season. Boy, oh boy, they've got a test coming up, and it's coming soon this next Wednesday night, Heidi.
Yeah, and one of those goals that Barry scored was against El Paso earlier this year on a penalty kick. And but both teams have had a lot of more matches since then and figured out how to execute their system. So it'll be a good test for El Paso and a great matchup featuring a top goal scorer coming up against the dominant defense El Paso has. So we're looking forward to it.
Next home match for Locomotive FC will be September the 29th. I believe that will be your Sugar Skull Mask Noche de Locos evening here in El Paso. As once again, your final score, 2-0 on September 11th. A great way for Locomotive fans to celebrate fireworks night here in El Paso as Locomotive FC, now 9 points clear atop the Mountain Division. For Heidi Mocha, for our producer Juan Gutierrez and director Cesar Ruiz, I am Duke Keith. So long from El Paso, Texas.
Estrella Jalisco, reach for a star.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.